I have realized something, that majority of the projects fail not because of skill issues or lack of resources, but because of the mindset we start them with and how we approach the beginning. Hey makers, it's me Reality's Rider, an unofficial director, or maybe just a wannabe one. So, in this video, I'm going to share what quitting projects has taught me over the last few years. So for that, I have divided this video into 3 stages: patterns, examples, and conclusions. So let's get started with the first stage, patterns. So a lot of you guys, no matter which creative field you belong to, whether it's design, animation, cooking, filmmaking, editing, or any other creative field, have probably experienced this. You start a project full of excitement, everything feels possible at first, but after some time, your focus starts to fade away and eventually you quit the project. And this keeps happening over and over, and slowly it becomes a pattern. Starting projects, getting stuck, quitting, and feeling demotivated. And the reason this happens is because, in creative fields, we often start these projects in a rush. And a lot of time, we get these ideas are when we work late at night, or we are walking somewhere, or just inspired by something cool we saw, whether it's on Instagram, YouTube, or a project made by someone else. And that's how we get an idea. And without gathering any preparation or proper knowledge, we start the project. But in reality, the project isn't ready for us yet because we started it too soon, and due to these reasons it feels flat, boring, or unexciting. And this is exactly the pattern: full of excitement at the start, stuck in the middle, and eventually quitting at the end. And that is all because we weren't mentally ready for the whole process. And that is how our second section comes. So before I show you guys the examples, I just want to clear one thing. I'm not a professional 3D artist, I'm still a beginner, and that's exactly why these examples matter, because I'm still going through this phase. So on January 18th 2025, keep that in mind, I started working on this project called an abandoned hospital. My original plan was very simple. I just wanted to create an abandoned hospital environment, make a few good renders, and post them. There was never a plan to add animations, and after working on it for about a week, the renders were actually turning out to be really great. But that's when I messed it up. I decided to change the plan. I thought, why not make it feel like a character is walking inside the hospital, exploring it like a game, creating that horror game atmosphere. That decision is what messed everything up. Not because animation is bad, but because I was not mentally prepared for it. And due to these reasons, I got stuck on it for another week, made no real progress, and eventually, you guys know what I'm about to say, I stopped working on it completely, even though the environment itself was coming out really good. Now, the exact same thing happened again. This time, I was working on this project called Recreating Breaking Bad in 3D. I started this project on December 14th and worked on it for almost 1 month. And the original plan was simple here as well. I just wanted to recreate a Breaking Bad inspired environment, make some renders and post them. That was it. So, before I talk about what exactly went wrong here, let me first show you the renders from this Breaking Bad project. So here are the renders. Now if you look at these renders, you might think this actually looks pretty good. The modeling is decent, the texturing worked out, and for a beginner like me, this felt like good progress. So now the obvious question, what exactly went wrong? So for almost 3 weeks, everything was going fine. Then once again, I decided to change the plan in between. I thought, why not make a full 30-second scene? The RV comes in, it stops, Walter White steps out, and it becomes a proper animated sequence. The second plan is what mentally frustrated me. After working on it consistently for 3 weeks, the last 1 week I did nothing. I got stuck on it. Eventually, I stopped working on the project and left it at just simple renders. And this Breaking Bad project is the main reason this video exists. So that's how we come to our third section of the video. video the conclusions. In this section, I'm gonna tell you guys the solutions and methods which can help in fixing this pattern. The first method is mental preparation. If you already know that a project is going to take around 30 days, don't force yourself into a strict 20-day deadline, because when those 20 days are over and you realize the project still needs 10 more days, that's when frustration starts. And once frustration kicks in, you stop working, not because the project is bad, but because you were not mentally prepared for the extra time. I will give you a personal example here. In October, I started a project called Waiting for Her Shadow, which is my latest project on Instagram. I started it around the 7th of October, and before starting, I already knew this one is gonna take around at least a month. I didn't give myself a strict deadline. I gave myself a soft target that I should complete it around by the end of October. But when October ended and November started, I didn't stop working on the project because mentally I was already prepared that this project could take until around the 7th of November. And that is why I ended up uploading it comfortably on the 3rd of November. This is the second method. If you're working on any kind of story-based project, whether it's a 30-second animation, 1 minute, 2 minutes, or even 5 minutes, and that project depends on a script or storyline, then please finish the script before starting the project. Don't do this thing where you write half the script, start the project, then think you will finish the script later and continue the project side by side. That approach almost never works, because when the script is incomplete, the project has no clear direction, and that's exactly where things start to take a turn. If you look at my Waiting for a Shadow project, the poem based one, the reason I was able to complete that project comfortably on time is because everything was already decided. The poem lines, the shots, the directions, everything was clear before I even started working on it. Now let me give you an example where I did the exact opposite. Around May and June, I started working on a short film. My original plan was to make a 5-minute short film. I had written only about 50% of the script and I thought that's enough. Let's start working on it. I worked on it for almost a month, and after completing around 10-20% of the actual project, I decided to finish the remaining 50% of the script. And that's where the real problem came up. When I finally finished the script, I realized this was becoming a completely different project. The ending didn't match the beginning at all. Because of that, I had to change the starting part of the film. And once I changed the start, everything I had worked on for 1 month became useless. So whether you are an animator, filmmaker, or a designer, you need a clear plan before you start. Now, let's come to the third and final method. This one is very important. I learned this directly from my Breaking Bad project. Never change your plan in the middle of a project. So a quick summary of what I said previously. My original plan was simple: make renders and post them. I had mentally prepared myself for 1 month, but after 3 weeks, I changed the plan and decided to add animations. That meant at least 1 extra month of work. Since I was prepared for only 1 month, the last week became mentally exhausting and I made no progress at all. If I had not changed the plan, I would have posted the renders you guys just saw. So at the end, all I'm gonna say is I'm taking all of these mistakes as a lesson, and that lesson is exactly why this video exists. Thank you.